Kibbe Dramatic Classic Body Type. This is perfection in definition kind of a woman. And a little disclaimer, and I would like to remind those who came to this channel searching for information about types according to David Kibbe, that my typing is based on the works of David in his book Metamorphosis, but may and will differ from the usual interpretation and even from the very source. This is because I have practiced all the information I talk about with my clients, and this work is based on my practical stylistic experience and knowledge as a professional painter and artist, my view of the person, and my perception of external and internal factors. I also ask you to include your critical thinking both to this and any other information given to you. This type is placed in the center of the Yin-Yang scale with a slight shift towards the Yin, the divine male, with generally harmoniously balanced proportions of the face. Representatives of the type have a fine sharpening of features. The dramatic classic body type receives symmetry, moderation, and elegance from the classical style. From the dramatic, they get more elongated lines and sharper angles. These are the very girls who look amazing in straight jackets with sharp satin lapels, stiletto heels, and tapered pencil skirts. Kibbe called this type a strict chick. Additional yang in the dramatic classic can manifest itself in a specific sharpening of the lines of the nose and chin. Dramatic classic is an elegant beauty with a sharp edge. Sometimes people call the restrained image of the dramatic classic called sometimes too strict, but the classical beauty of the classics plus additional yang creates a girl whose appearance is the artist's dream. It combines the correct facial features and some sharpness, which gives piquancy and interest. Dramatic classic body type is designed for chic style, jackets made of luxury fabrics, shoes with thin stilettos, pencil skirts, and expensive jewelry. Minimalism and quality bring out of the beauty of the dramatic classic the best qualities. What are these Nordic princesses like? Yin and Yang ratio. Like all classics, Yin and Yang mix evenly to form a classically regular, smooth face. But the dramatics adds another portion of Yang. It can manifest itself in some acuity of the nose or chin, as mentioned before. The cheekbones may protrude, or the shoulders might be angular. But this Yang portion is a savory addition, and it shouldn't be too much of it, otherwise you would need to move to another type. The lines in the face are aristocratically elongated. There is no huge roundness in the face. The general impression is refinement, sharpness, but no aggressively dramatic, but calm and restrained quality. With the perfect balance of strict lines and bright details, their appearance shine like a diamond. Physical profile of the dramatic classic body type. Height, medium, from 167 to 174 centimeters. The structure of the skeleton is proportionate. Everything is in accordance to the canonical rules of beauty. Yang gives some angularity and width. Shoulders can be slightly square, plus visible collarbone, I would say even pointy, narrow one. Palms and feet lean towards slightly square or wide. Facial features, slightly sharp, angular, or square. Neat and compact, somewhat compact figure when an ideal weight. Slight muscularity possible naturally with a slightly emphasized weight, but not too much. Legs and arms could be elongated. The width of the bones is average. When they gain weight, dramatic classic gets a pear shape, gaining weight especially actively from the waist down, which are the hips and the upper legs. Dramatic classic are not very long-legged or long-armed, have extremely wide palms and feet, have full or too exotic features, curvy like a real hourglass with a strong difference between the chest, waist, hips area. Dramatic classics are also typical of this. Their zest is in the severity of individual features of appearance, but globally there are beauties who are lucky to have the right face and good figure. The dramatic classics, due to their yin and yang proportions, can be confused with the flamboyant gammon sometimes, which has the same actual ratio, and the tall dramatic classics become similar to their older dramatic sisters. To distinguish between these types, which are similar to each other, it is necessary to analyze the harmony of the features and how exactly yin and yang are mixed in the body and the face. And let me remind you that in the gammon, yin and yang collide without mixing well, while in the classics they do just mix, forming the arithmetical meaning. So they combine very well. Celebrities of the Kibbe dramatic classic type: Diana Kruger, Diana Rigg, Jackie Kennedy, Catherine Ross, Maria Shiva, and others. The height of the representatives of the dramatical classical type is average. In the average, that would be 170 centimeters plus minus. The structure of the skeleton is proportionate, like that of the whole family of classics. Yang gives a slight sharpness of bones or slight broadness, for example in the lines of the shoulders and especially the collarbone. The width of the bones is medium, maybe slightly wide. Narrow neckness is not found. The shoulders are pointed or slightly square. The length of the limbs is medium. Sometimes they can be a little long. The facial features of the dramatic classic are proportionate, slightly pointed or square. The eyes are medium to large, the lips are medium, the cheeks are tucked up, the nose is medium or slightly pointed. When the dramatic classic is at its normal weight, it has a compact and somewhat neat figure. Dramatic classic body type outfits. Kibbe recommends to the dramatic classic a triangular shape with a wide line at the shoulders and a narrow hem, symmetrical geometric shapes that can be sharp or sculpted, cut to the figure, clear, even, slightly wide. The silhouette should be fit perfectly and have sharp edges, clean, smooth, straight lines, elongated draperies, emphasis on the shoulder line with crisp edges, strong vertical and diagonal lines. High-quality fabrics of moderate density, made fabrics, will become a wardrobe staple for the dramatic classics, although shimmering silk can also be used for details or blouses, for example. Additional shine will be quite appropriate in accent details, like belts, labels. Details should be precise, geometric with sharp edge, and it is advisable to emphasize the line of the shoulders. Necklines: sharp V neckline, Chinese stand-up collar, asymmetrical neckline, sharp collar, sharp cuffs, jacket lapels. The waist can be clearly outlined with a belt medium to wide in width, with a geometric buckle. Clear color contrast can be used as well. It is better to choose colors that are neutral and deep, elegant combinations of two colors. Contrasting trim. Prints: geometric, chunky, contrasting, stripes, oblique lines, and elegant asymmetry. Jackets can be the perfect wardrobe staple for dramatic classics. They should be perfectly cut, dense in texture with prominent shoulders and elongated line. Shortened models should be avoided here. Double-breasted models work perfectly well. Skirts: straight and narrow. A few stiff darts at the waist are usually needed to make the skirt fit. Keep your skirt straight from your hips and down. Contrasting seams, belts look great. The optimal length is around the knee. Pants: simple cut with darts and masculine style, straight, clean lines and elegance. Blouses: elegant, clean cut and edgy details. A flowing cut is acceptable in combination with a rigid jacket or blazer. Knitwear: elegant, not heavy sweaters, thin or ribbed knit, slightly elongated models with accentuated shoulders, dresses with a narrow cut to the figure, accentuated shoulders, coat dresses. The waist should be emphasized with a belt, often of a contrasting color. It can be lowered or even without it if the dress is narrow. Long draperies and oblique cuts are also acceptable. Bags, perfectly tailored bags with a clear shape, envelopes and clutches. They could be narrow and medium. Decorations or jewelry should be smooth, simple in shape, slightly chunky, elegant, sharp-edged geometry. Decorations should not contain hanging elements. Neat bracelets, slightly large chains of dense shape. Avoid an abundance of jewelry at the same time. Hairstyle, geometric haircuts with sharp edges. Haircuts with an even outline are best. Long hair should be pulled back to maintain the sculpted shape of the styling. Asymmetry works great here. Choose a hair color that contrasts your skin tone for a radiant effect. Makeup. Accentuate fine features, neutral skin tone, sultry eyes, emphasis on the cheekbones and bright lips. A little glitter or gloss can be allowed for the evening. The general appearance is contrasting and sleek. And thank you so much for staying here with me. I hope this information was useful for you. And if you liked it, please don't forget to subscribe, put a like, and let me know what you think in the comments down below. And see you in the next episode.